The best part of It Takes Two is the fact that it only takes one player to own the game. The story and gameplay go hand in hand, both soaring beyond what a platformer should be. The collaboration in this game is extremely fine-tuned and makes you feel satisfied in doing them, even though a middle schooler could probably do most of these in their sleep. This is definitely the best platformer that has come out this decade so far. I remember playing Doom Eternal a while back and thinking, why can't every single player FPS be this fun? Killing demons and evil godlike creatures is cool, but it nails the gameplay, and I do not think you could play a more fun single player shooter than this one. You can call me nostalgia blind if you want, but in my humble opinion, Undertale raised the bar for all indie RPGs. Nowadays, every indie RPG is trying to be the next Undertale. It is a personal story with multiple different pieces of story being told in a lot of different ways. The turn-based combat is made to be a lot more interactive than we are used to for an indie RPG. The characters are all really enjoyable to play alongside. The utilization of multiple endings was a perfect way to increase replayability. I remember being like 13 years old and wanting to get to the super evil ending, and then it took me an entire year to beat the final boss of that ending. Smash Ultimate is a celebration of all games. I think I'm the first person to ever say that phrase. Along with being a fun party game with friends, Smash Ultimate holds up for being a fun and in-depth competitive fighting game. I only wish they could have also nailed the online play. Terraria and Tmod Loader was the first ever Steam game I bought. I think it was only $10 when I got it, and that was a $10 well spent. I have watched this game grow from having a few cool bosses to eventually fighting the god of destruction Cthulhu. It is such a special game with near perfect sandbox elements. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. Ooh, probably the first ever horror game I played where I was actually too scared to do some levels at first. Eventually, I did end up completing the game and getting the secret ending, but damn, FNAF is already a well-established franchise. However, being physically there in the security guard's position is a whole nother level. If you ever get access to this game, get through the dark rooms and try to beat the game. Help Wanted is the most exciting VR game there is to play at the moment. I can't really say that much for the sequel though. Nine Souls is a game I recently played where the gameplay is great, but what really is the highlight of this game is the story. You get past the crazy hard bosses and the well-designed set pieces to get further into the story. This game has one of the greatest stories in all of gaming. This is one of the greatest stories you could ever witness. Play Nine Souls now! Counter-Strike as a premise is so fun. A multiplayer game where you play as either a SWAT team or a bunch of terrorists trying to defend hostages or blow up little areas of town. The gameplay is intense, leaving very little room for mistake, and rewards high accuracy and reaction times. It very highly rewards individual skill by throwing you in games where you're not sure if the people on your team are piglets or just really stupid people. Super Mario Galaxy 2, there will probably never be a better platform than this game. It came out in 2010, but you could play it today and still understand why this is the most groundbreaking and beautiful 3D platformer in both gameplay, visuals, and music. This game nails music harder than any other game on this list, even the ones above it.
A mini game called Cops and Robbers, and I am Weir with Sky does Minecraft. Oh, he's all by himself. Look at him. Ow! I will hit you again. I will kill you.
I'm sorry.
story in this game, it blows you any other... Damn, it blows you? The story in this game, it blows any other game story out of the water. In terms of gameplay, it's actually not very unique. But why is this game so stale and still all the way up here? The story is something you wish you could experience for the first time every time you replay it. Over and over again, I see myself remembering how fun the story is, while also being a depressing story about loss and forgiveness. People forgot how good this game was thanks to the shit show that was Overwatch 2. But you have to remember, when this game was at its prime, it was the single greatest multiplayer PvP experience of all time. Blizzard really polished this game insanely well. Small details that normal developers look over are made to be perfect in Overwatch. The gameplay on every single character in Overwatch was always enjoyable no matter your playstyle. It makes for both a great casual game to play with friends and an amazing competitive experience until they decided to unbalance the game completely. This game does not have a story like Lisa, but it is way more fun to play through. The world of Earthbound is so rich and all the characters have some crazy ass stuff to say. I've never played a game where I actually wound up talking to all of the NPCs before. The world building of Earthbound is phenomenal, and the journey you take to complete your mission is full of triumph. I've never been this invested in a final boss since... Ooh, the final boss of Sekiro is enough to make it one of the most high stakes and fun games to ever come out. But there's also some other bosses for you to fight other than the final one. The core gameplay consists of precise timing with parrying. You aren't spam rolling around until you get a few hits in. You aren't sluggish and boring to play. You parry attacks and try to land finishing blows on enemies. When an enemy does a crazy attack that looks impossible to parry and you wind up parrying it anyway, the rush you feel is unlike anything you could ever experience. How is a card game this fun? Why is a roguelike this fun? Why is the one soundtrack on this game so good? Balatro is the most casual game on this list, but it is so good. Trying to come up with the best possible combinations with the resources you're given in higher stake mode, or just doing the lowest difficulty, taking a more relaxed approach while you look at your score increase each round. Ooh, the game is so insanely fun and easy to pick up, yet hard to master. It is my favorite game of all time.